let's see again the perfections. Try to simplify this one. The dana kiwam passe generous you can use. For the charity, the sila morality, the renunciation is nekkam, wisdom is prajna, courage කියන එක වීරිය. මෙතන දැන් courage කියන එක වීරිය. වීරිය පාරමිතාව courage. The right එතකොට මෙතන effort කියන වචනේ තමයි මම දාලා තියෙන්නේ. Effort. The courage also you can use the word courage. The tolerance කියලා කියන්නේ tolerate කරනවා කියන්නේ අපි කතාවට කියන්නේ ඉවසනවා. I can't tolerate anymore. I can't tolerate your behavior. Right? Tolerate කරනවා කියන්නේ ඉවසනවා. ඒකට අපිම තව වචනයක් තමයි මේ forbearance කියන වචනේ. Forbearance. ඒතකොට ඒක හොඳට මේ වචනේ මතක තියාගන්න ඔයිට වඩා වචනේ ඉන්නේ. Truthfulness. ඒක නම් වෙන වචනයක් නෑ. Truthfulness. Resolution. Resolution is adhishthana. Oh, adhishthana. Then loving kindness. The equanimity. ඔය වචන ටික තමයි ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් තියෙන්නේ. Generosity, morality, renunciation, wisdom, courage or effort, forbearance or tolerance, truthfulness, loving kindness, equanimity. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Then if you, I think, if you still have a problem of reminding or by hearting, try to make a word. Take generous G, S, R, W, C, F, T, R, L, E. When we again, try to make a one word which you can easily remember. But sometimes you will have to put shift the letters to make a meaningful word. Sometimes you might be asked to write the 10 perfections in order. Then you cannot mix it up, right? So try to make a catchword. We call it catchwords, right? So then adding these first letters of these words, the paramitas, try to make a catchword. Then it is easy to remember, right? I think already you all remember. So even Gatha you all can remember, right? No problem, right? So do you all have any question? I think that is that is all about paramita, right? That is all about paramita. So the entire lesson. Do you have anything to clarify? Then
No, sir, I think you cleared it up.
Yeah,
I think
right.
you cleared up most of that.
Okay, right. Remember Arambaka Dhatu, Nekkamma Dhatu. So these things are very important. And Jataka stories of all these perfections and primary, secondary, ultimate, these stages. Likewise, so what are the other important points we discussed? Then Samma Sambuddha, Pacheka Buddha, Arahat. These things were very important. And then what are the next things I told you? Then Chitta, Prajna, when it comes to Prajna, Chintamaya, Sutamaya, Bhavanamaya. So the ways that you can develop the wisdom, that is one that those points are very important. Then that is Nekkamma Dhatu, I told you. Right. So that is, I think, all about perfections, right? So then I will go to the next question. So then I will close this slide.
Sorry, sir. Did you say something?
What?
Did you ask questions, sir?
I didn't hear you, Buddha. What is it? What?
Did you ask a question, sir? I didn't hear it.
Oh, yeah, wait. So I'm taking the question. Okay. So this is the next question that we have. Now I think we studied the perfections very clearly and briefly explain three of them. I think already that is also answered, right? So briefly explain. The first one is you have to write 10 perfections correctly, and after that you have to explain three of them, right? I think then you have to take Dana Paramita, and you can tell Dana Paramita Lord Buddha has fulfilled in three stages, right? Parami, Upaparami, Paramatta Parami, primary, secondary, and ultimate. and the primary stage is that is the example is Lasantha Jatake, and likewise you all can explain. The three of them you all can explain. Clear? Right? Are you all clear?
Yes,
Shall
sir.
we go to the next question? Can we go to the next question? The next one. What is the next question? Can somebody read, Muru? What is this? And this is also, the question is simple, but lesson is big. What is this question? Can you read it? Just to have an idea.
How the
What,
Thadic qualities used to build a happy life.
yeah. You know what is Thadi quality? Thadi.
No.
Thadi. Muru, do you know, have you got any idea about Thadi quality?
Yeah, the අටලෝ
Yeah.
කම්පාණු
සරලවම කියනවා නම් පුතේ තාදි quality එක කියන්නේ අටලෝ දහමින් කම්පා නොවීම. හරි? අටලෝ දහමින් කම්පා නොවීම. දැන් මේක ලකුණු හතරක් දෙනවා කියනවනේ. So it is given 4 marks. Then how do you get these 4 marks? Then if you have to explain, so what is Tadi quality? Right? So you have to specifically you have to write it is about the unshaken, the state. You are not shaken from these 8 worldly conditions. What are 8 worldly conditions? 8 worldly conditions. 8 atak තියෙනවා මෙතන. Right? So you are not shaken. You are not shaken from these 8 worldly conditions, and you have to explain them a little bit. Right? Tadi quality කියන්නේ අටලෝ දහමින් කම්පා නොවීමේ ගුණය බුදුහාමුදුරුවන්ට තිබුණා. Lord Buddha had. බුදුහාමුදුරට ලාභාව, අලාභාව, නින්දාව, ප්‍රශංසාව, සැපාව, දුකාව. Right? මේ එකකින්වත් බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ සැලුන්නේ නැහැ. Right? Then මේක තව ටිකක් explain කරගන්න ඕන අපි. Right? Thadi quality. Right? Right, then this is number 5th, number 4th question. Thadi quality. So Atalodam, what are 8 worldly conditions? Do you all know what are 8 worldly conditions? The 8 world conditions there is an stanza. Atalodam gattam andai meka mataka tiyaganna ගාතාවක් තියෙනවා අපිට. Do you know that? ඒ ගාතාව දන්නවද? අටලෝ දහම.
No, sir.
Muru? I think Muru knows it. Muru එදා කිව්වා නේද?
So can you say it again?
අටලෝ දහමගේ ගාතාව මම අහන්නේ. අටලෝ දහම ගැන කතා කරද්දී ගාතාවක් තියෙනවනේ. ලාභෝ අලාභෝ අයසෝ යසෝච නිදන්ත්‍රා ප්‍රශංසාච සුඛංච දුක්ඛං. නේ? ලාභ අලාභ යස අයස නින්දා ප්‍රශංසා සුඛ දුක. ලාභ අලාභ යස අයස නින්දා ප්‍රශංසා සුඛ දුක. 8යි. නේද? ලාභ අලාභ. Gain and loss. Gain, sometimes you gain, sometimes you loss. Right? So Lord Buddha faced all these difficult situations. So sometimes Lord Buddha had eat horse food. අර අශ්වයන්ට කන්න දෙන කෑම කන්න වුණා එක අවස්ථාවක වේරංජානුවර ඉන්නකොට when he was in Veranja. And when you answer this question you can quote these examples. Then Ananda, the chief attendant, ආනන්දගේ තනතුර මොකද්ද in the Buddhist order? Chief attendant. අග්‍ර උපස්ථායකයා. So he asked Lord Buddha, so my Lord, shall we move from this place so we can go to a better village and we can have food? Then Lord Buddha said, no, Ananda. So we have to stay and we have to bear up this. We have to face this situation. Right? So that is Tadi quality. Then sometimes Lord Buddha was praised by kings. Sometimes Lord Buddha had to face discredit Chinchimani Vikava, Sundari Pariprajika. So they came one disgraced Lord Buddha, Sundari Magandhya, right? And can you remember that Magandhya story I told you? Magandhi. Then she was she had the, expectation of marrying Lord Buddha, but when it was refused, and she tried to disgrace Lord Buddha, right? So then all this he bear up, Lord Buddha. මේක තමයි තාදි quality. This is තාදි quality. එතන මේ 8 world conditions වලට මොනවද ගන්න පුළුවන්? වටාද අටලෝදාම වෙනම ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්න පුළුවන් අටලෝදාම ගැන. So you might get a different question, but here තාදි quality is the unshaken state from 8 world conditions. බුදු කෙනෙක් මේ අටලෝදාමෙන් කවදාවත් සැලුන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක තමයි මෙතන මේ කියන්නේ. right? So මොනවද කියන්නේ බලන්න අටලෝදාමට අයිති කොටස් ටික. Can you remember?
Gain loss.
Oh, gain loss. Increasing අපි ඒ ටික වචන ටික මතක් කරගමු. Gain loss. Gain loss ඊට පස්සේ මොකද්ද?
Fame, defame.
Oh, fame, defame. Right? ඊළඟට fame, defame. right? මේ බලමුකෝ. ගාතාව මම කියන්නම්කෝ. ලාභෝ අලාභෝ. කියන්න බලන්න. ලාභෝ අලාභෝ. ලාභ අලාභ. gain, loss. right? අයසෝ යසෝච. ලාභෝ අලාභෝ අයසෝ යසෝච. මතකද පද දෙක? කෑලි දෙක. ලාභෝ අලාභෝ අයසෝ යසෝච. gain and loss, right? Then අයසෝ යසෝච. praise and praise. Some people praise you, some people blame you. Fame and defame. Right? Then ninda prasansa. Ninda pasansacha. පාලියෙන් කියවනේ. Ninda pasansacha sukhancha dukkha. එතකොට 8යි. ලාභෝ අලාභෝ අයසෝ යසෝච නින්දා පසංසාච සුඛංච දුක්ඛ. අන්නේ පද දෙක ඒ තව එහාට කාතාවේ කොටසක් තියෙනවා. ඒතේ අනිච්චා මනුජේසු ධම්මා අසස්සතා විපරිණාම ධම්ම. ඒ කොටස අවශ්‍යත් නැහැ අතන. right? ලාභ අලාභ යස අයස නින්දා ප්‍රශංසා සැප දුක්. right? ලාභ අලාභ ලාභෝ අලාභෝ අයසෝ යසෝච නින්දා ප්‍රශංසාච සුඛංච දුක්ඛ. ඒතර යට කියවෙනවා එතන. යට එතන කියනවා. then that is easy to remember. Right? Now you then the next one is that you have to remember the 8 English words. English වචන ටිකත් ඒකට අපිට මතක තියාගන්න. then it comes to explaining you have to know. clear? තේරුණාද? කියන්න බලන්න ඉංග්‍රීසි වචන ටික මොනවාද අපිට ඉංග්‍රීසි වචන ටික මේකට දාගන්න පුළුවන්. So there can be different words. Right? මොනවාද? what can you put? මියුරු මොනවාද දාන්න පුළුවන්?
I think Daham is saying a bit of a connection problem, sir.
what?
Daham is connecting to the. Okay, he's there.
දහම් yeah. So ලාභාලාභ කියන එකට මම මේ පොතේ දීලා තියෙන වචන ටික බැලුවේ. So I was looking for these words, but we can have different words, but if the meaning is okay, no problem. Right? Right. Labha alabha. So the gain and loss. Praise, then ayaso yasocha. Fame, defame.
Praise, blame.
Oh, praise, blame. Praise karno. Varna karno. Samar katke blame karno. And sorrow and
pain.
what?
pleasure, pain,
A pleasure, pain, pleasure and pain.
prestige, disgrace,
What is it?
prestige and disgrace.
Yeah, definitely. Then you can the sukha dukkha. What can you put? What are the words that you can use? Sukha dukkha. Sukhancha dukkha. Sukha.
Pleasure, pain,
The happiness. You can use happiness and
happiness,
sorrow.
sorrow,
Happiness, sorrow. Happiness, sorrow. Oh, happiness and suffering. Suffering, right? Then these words you can have no problem because it is translation. It is translation. But writing Pali words, you have to be very, accurate. You have to be very accurate, right? Then this is the Tadi quality is the Lord Buddha was not shaken by these things. The Lord Buddha had to face these things, right? At different occasions. Then Udaharanakat, if I tell you, there's a situation now. Then Lord Buddha was, I think, so he was treated by the counts, the kings, right? And also, so he was treated by the normal person, ordinary people, from everybody, and he was offered alms by kings, and he was offered alms by the normal ordinary people, normal people who were in the society, right? Then if you look at Kosol, the king Kosol, right? So the king Kosol Rajtuma, Buduhamdra Loku Dana Puja Kara, Anepidu, Situtuma, Vishaka Situdinian, right? Jetavana Rame, Purva Rame, like these places were offered to Lord Buddha. Now these people were on top. Neva Hamuna, right? Then at the age, Hamuna even say he did not time in overjoy. He did not enjoy it time in beyond the boundary, right? Right? Then there are some examples that you have to quote. And that Veranja, I told you. And there's the Ekaparak Buddhamudra Veranja Nuvarin. There was a drought and scarcity of food. Even the people in the village, they could not find food. Then how come they give the alms to the Lord Buddha? Buddhamudra Dani then come the Gamma Minister Kanna Netina. Ananda Hamudro requested Lord Buddha, my Lord, so shall we move from this place? But Lord Buddha refused. And he said, we have to stay, we have to bear up this thing. So I am not shaken from this loss and gain, happiness and sorrow. We have to bear up. And these examples you can quote, right? Clear? Are you clear?
yes, sir.
Right. එතකොට මේ වගේ අර ගොඩාක් දැන් උදාහරණ මට ගොඩාක් කියන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් සෝන දණ්ඩ, චංකි පොට්ටපාද ඒ වගේ කට්ටිය මේ බුදුහාමුදුරෝ they praised Lord Buddha. And චිචිමානවිකා, මාගන්දි. So මේගොල්ලෝ ඇවිල්ලා බුදුහාමුදුරන්ට අගෞරව වෙන්න හැසිරුණා. අගෞරව වෙන්න හැසිරුණා. එකපාරක් අර බඩේ බැඳගෙන ආවා. මේ බබෙක් හම්බෙන්න ඉන්නවා වගේ. බැඳගෙන ඇවිල්ලා බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝගේ ආරාමයට කීප වතාවක් ඉස්සලා ගියා. ඉන්න තැනට ගිහිල්ලා ආපහු ගිහිල්ලා බඩේ බබෙක් හම්බෙන්න වගේ බැඳගෙන ආවා. Right? So ඒතකොට ඒ වගේ නින්දා වුණා. But Lord Buddha was not shaken. රජවරුන්ගේ වර්ණනාව අශ්වයන්ට දෙන කෑම කණ්ඩ වුණා. Right? The making what saloon නැහැ. ඒක තමයි මේ තාදි quality කියන්නේ. So that is, I think, there you can explain more, but here giving some maybe one or two examples and explaining what is Tadi quality. Especially you have to mention it is not it is the quality of not shaken by worldly conditions. So bearing up all the worldly conditions in equal manner, in equanimity. So that is basically we have to write. Okay. So then we'll go to the next question. Right, this is actually, I think already during my session, I think I answered this question. What is this number 5? Name the two types of meditation. What are the two types of meditation? The main two types of meditation. Vipassana, Samatha. Vipassana, Samatha. Then Samatha Bhavanaවට කියන නම් මම කිව්වා Vipassana bhavana.
Vipassana bhavana.
Oh, samatha and vipassana. The vipassana bhavana, samatha bhavana වලට කියන නම් ටික මතකයිනේ මම කිව්වා. නේද? Right. Vipassana භාවනාවට මොනවද පුතේ කියන්න පුළුවන් නම්? වෙන නම් මොනවද? What are the names that we can name? ඒක අහන්න පුළුවන් නේ. ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්න පුළුවන්. Vipassana භාවනාවට මොනවද කියන්න පුළුවන් නම්? Samatha bhavanaවට just remind me what are the words you can use to call samatha bhavana, the words that we discussed. You, what are the other words that we discussed about for the samatha bhavana? Nuru, Tushan, or somebody? Can you tell me? Can you all hear me?
Yes.
So what are the other names that we use to identify samatha bhavana? Samatha bhavana to keep anuth vachana monada puthi? Api keep ewa? What is the problem? Can you all hear me? Can't do what? What is the problem? Somebody got disconnected.
It's,
Atusha.
I think the hum saying.
Amit, what are the other names we use to samatha bhavana? What are the other names? දැන් මම මේ පාඩම කරගෙන යන අතරේ කිව්වා මේ සමත භාවනාව පිට කියන වෙනත් නම්. චිත්ත භාවනා කියලා කියනවා අපි එකක්. One is චිත්ත භාවනා. ඒ නැත්නම් සමාධි භාවනා. සමාධිගත වෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ හිතේ සමාධියක් ඇති කරගන්න.
Either of those we can write for the question, sir.
What?
Either of these will be fine for the answer, sir.
Yeah, yes.
So there's no specific.
Yeah. Because I'm not clear to you all. What is the problem?
You're slightly off, sir, but
yeah,
overall
because maybe due to rain, because now at this moment we are getting rain, but actually, I use a router for internet, telecom router, and it is, I think it has strong signals other than mobiles, because wireline connection.
Yes, sir.
Maybe due to the heavy rain.
No, sir. I am using a 5 connection, sir. I think the other two don't.
Other two, I think they can't hear. Muru, can you all send me? So, so just I want to clarify my clarity. So, whether I am audible to you all. Muru, Daham,
Can hear you.
huh?
Can hear you fine, sir.
Okay. Right. So, let's discuss this one. The භාවනාව ගැන කතා කරේ අපි we were talking about the meditation. එතන මේ භාවනාව ගැන කියද්දි පුතේ මේ භාවනාවට මේ ප්‍රධාන භාවනා දෙකයි සමත විපස්සනා. මේ දෙක බැහැ වුණාට මේ සමත භාවනාවට කියන නම් අනිත් නම් අපි දැනගන්න ඕන. විපස්සනා භාවනාවට කියන අනිත් නම් දැනගන්න ඕන. මොකද MCQ paper එකේ යන්න පුළුවන්. The another name used to call samatha bhavana is කියලා අපිට දුන්නොත් අපිට we should know that. සමත භාවනාවට අපි කියනවා චිත්ත භාවනාව කියලාත් කියනවා. Samadhi bhavanavat කියලාත් කියනවා. English වලින් කියන්න පුළුවන් අපිට the concentration of your mind, focusing of your mind, or one pointedness. Your mind is pointed towards one object, right? So these things words you can use. And next one is the vipassana. Vipassana bhavanaව කියන එකට අපිට we can use insight meditation. ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් අපි කියන්න පුළුවන් එකට. What is it? The word? You know how to spell the word insight? Insight meditation කියන එක දන්නවද ලියන්න ඇති? Look at the screen. Insight meditation. නැත්තම් අපිට මේකට තව කියනවා wisdom meditation. නයි පුතේ, we are talking to the knowledge and we address the knowledge by doing this meditation, and we try to understand the truth, and we try to understand the Four Noble Truths, and we try to understand the suffering. So that is why wisdom භාවනාව කියන්නේ. මේ දුක කියන එක සාමාන්‍ය කෙනෙකුට තේරුම් ගන්න බෑ. ඒගොල්ලෝ දුක කියන එක හිතයි මේ මොකක්ද දන්නේ මේ හරි ගැටලුවක් නෙමෙයි මේක කියලා. right? So that is why we call it samatha bhavana. ඒතර මේ භාවනාවට අපි ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් වචන ප්‍රශ්න පත්‍රයේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන් මෙන්න මේ වචන. You might meet these words, you encounter these words. But remember, these words are referred to vipassana meditation, insight meditation, wisdom meditation, or panya meditation. Me namat pavichchi karana. Meka nam pali vachana. Panya meditation, එහෙම නැත්නම් විදර්ශනා meditation. විදර්ශනා. බලන්න කොච්චර නම් ටිකක් තියෙනවද කියලා මේකට. විදර්ශනා meditation. Vipassana meditation. Right? And also there are another තව දිනනවා මේක ගැන explain කරනවා. ඒ තමයි the ත්‍රිලක්ෂණ භාවනාව, ත්‍රිලක්ෂණ භාවනාව කියලා කියනවා. ත්‍රිලක්ෂණ භාවනාව කියලාත් මේකට අපි කියනවා. So why do we call it ත්‍රිලක්ෂණ භාවනාව? Why do we call it ත්‍රිලක්ෂණ භාවනාව?
Focusing on the characteristics of impermanence.
Yeah, you focus on these three universal characters, the three absolute truths. One English vachana. Three absolute truths. What are three absolute truths?
Anitya dukkha anatta.
Anicca dukkha anatta. මෙන්න මේක ගැන හිතලා භාවනා කිරීම. ඒකත් විපස්සනා භාවනාව. විදර්ශනා භාවනාව. Insight meditation, wisdom meditation, prajna meditation, trilakshana meditation. Right? So all these things you can use. Right? And it is about intellectuality. And it is about knowledge. This meditation is about intellectuality. And meditation is about knowledge. Right? And it is about eradicating defilements that we can. So eradicate all defilements. You eradicate your desires. You eradicate your craving. And you eradicate your clinging. Right? And by engaging in this meditation, you have to have high degree of mental concentration. Right? And to understand the truth, the real life of nature. Right? Right? Understood? Then whether එහෙනම් මොකද මෙයාට භාවනාවට කියන්න පුළුවන්? Insight meditation, wisdom meditation, prajna meditation, vidarsana meditation. What do? So you go deep into the life and you try to understand the truth and you try to understand the trilakshana, the impermanency of life and the suffering state of life and also the selflessness of life. Okay? So those are trilakshana. What are trilakshana? Let's remind trilakshana. Monada trilakshana කියන එකත් මතක් කරගමු. අනිච්ච දුක්ඛ අනාත්ම. trilakshana. ඒවා trilakshana. අනිත්‍යයි. Impermanent. So everything is impermanent. So everything in this universe is impermanent. Except what? Except what? Huh? So everything in the universe is impermanent. Except one thing. What is it? එක හැම දෙයක්ම අස්තිරයි. එක දෙයක් ඇරෙන්න. මොකක්ද ඒක දෙය? කාටද කියන්න පුළුවන් මොකක්ද මේ ස්ථිර එක දෙය මොකක්ද? අනිත් ඔක්කොම අස්තිරයි. So I am talking about impermanency. But I tell you there is only one permanent thing. It never changes. It never changes.
Vijnana.
It's the unique form. It's unique form. It never changes. කවදාවත් මේක වෙනස් වෙන්නේ.
Vijnana.
Not actually Vijnana. It is the doctrine of Buddha. Right? මොකද වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැත්තේ? බුදුහාමුදුරෝ බුදුවරු දේශනා කරපු ධර්මය. බුදුවරු. I am not taking only Gautama Buddha. I am not talking only Gautama Buddha. මම කියන්නේ බුදුවරු දේශනා කරපු ධර්මය. So look at the last words of Lord Buddha. Sabba papassa karanang kusalassa upasampada sachitta pariyodapanang etang buddhanusasanang කියලා කිව්වා. මොකද්ද? සබ්බ පාපස්ස අකරණ සියලු කුසල් සියලු ධර්මිය සංස්කාර ධර්මිය නැසෙනවා. impermanent කවදා හරි නැති වෙලා යනවා. එනම් නොපමාව without any delay and you have to correct merit. පින් රැස් කරගන්න. මේක තමයි සියලු බුදුවරුන්ගේ දේශනාව. It is not only Gautama Buddha. And I think we have had in this eon, may kalpe, not actually this eon. So if you look at the past, and we have had how many Buddhas, children? බුදුරු කී දෙනෙක් අපි කතා කරනවද?
24.
20?
28.
28. අට විසි. මතක තියාගන්න මේ අංකේ අට විසි. කීයද?
අටවිසි.
මම අට විසි මේ සිංහල වචනේ ඇයි කියන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට? Because you might get this in brackets in the question paper. Then you will wonder, what is this? If I do not tell you. Right? අට විසි කියන එක මොකද්ද කියලා බලන්න. අට සැටලෙන්. Right? අට සැටලෙන්. Then if you all can remember, so when this Arahat Mahinda came, they arrived in the country, when he came to Sri Lanka, so he met Tissa, basically he was Tissa, and later on he became Devanampi Tissa by taking the part of the name of Emperor Ashoka in India. I think you all know this story, right? And then he became the Devanampi Tissa, that is the loved by the gods or adorable by the gods, right? Then after, because during that time Sri Lanka did not have any monasteries to offer. The kings or the country, they did not have any monastery temples. Hindu Hamduru ඇතුළු පිරිසට පූජා කරන්න පන්සල් තිබුණේ. So what did this King Devanampittissa did was, he cleared caves around in the area, in Anuradhapura area, right? එහෙම පූජා කරා කියනවා. අට සැටලෙන්. ලෙන් 68ක් පූජා කරා කියලා කියනවා. අට සැටලෙන්. Right? Then Solos Mastana කියලා අපි හම්බ වෙනවා අපිට. Solos Mastana. The places of worship. 16 places of worship. Atamastana. 8 places of worship. 16 plus places of worship. Solos Mastana. ඊළඟට අපිට හම්බ වෙනවා. So these words you should remember. So if you take the virtues of Buddha, how many virtues are there Buddha? 9. The Dhamma 6. Sangha 9. So altogether you have 24. Then මේකට කියනවා සූවිසි ගුණ. සූවිසි ගුණ, ත්‍රිවිධ රත්නේ ගුණ, සූවිසි ගුණ. සූවිසි. සූ කියන්නේ 4යි, විසි කියන්නේ 24යි. So these words, this historical terminology, so this is, I think, applicable to Buddhism as well as the subject that you learned in the school, history. I think you all have history in the school. So I doubt whether you all have in your school the history, the subject. Tushan, do you all study history in the school?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you go for government exam, it's a compulsory subject, history, right? So these things are there in history, because history also has a lot of the ancient terminologies, right? But then the Vipassana Bhavana, the Manko Pradhana Bhavana Dekai, there are two types of meditations. So the names that are used for them, so I told you, right? So we'll go to right. So let's let's go to the next question. What is the next question, children?
How the 5 hindrances obstruct the mind of a person to Nibbana.
Now this is one part is the subject, and another if you look at this question, you have to tell what are 5 hindrances first, and then after that you have to tell how those factors obstruct somebody's mind in achieving something or in fulfilling something. And here it is basically about nirvana, about nibbana. තේරුණාද මම කියන්නේ? මේකෙදි මේ ප්‍රශ්නේදී මුලින් කියන්න ඕනේ මොනවාද 5 hindrances කියලා කියන්නේ කියලා. ඊළඟට කියන්න ඕනේ ඒක කොහොමද නිර්වාණයට යන මඟ අහුරන්නේ කියලා. දැන් අහලා තියෙන නිවනට යන මඟ. Forget about නිවන. මේ 5 hindrances අපේ ජීවිතවල තිබුණොත් අපි ජීවිතය සාර්ථක කරගන්නත් අපිට බැරි වෙනවා. So you will not be able to succeed in life if you have these 5 hindrances, right? And you can explain that part also, right? So they check your knowledge, your source, I mean the general common sense that you have, whether you can apply this the theories of Buddhism into your practical life. And that is what is checked here, not the subject knowledge, the application of what you learn in the school, what you learn in the classroom. They are testing, right? Then what are 5 hindrances? Tell me, what are 5 hindrances? I think so we discussed. පාලි වලින් බලමු අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලා මොනවද කියලා. කාමච්ඡන්ද,
ඡන්ද ව්‍යාපාද, තීන මිද්ද, උද්ධච්ච කුච්ච විචිකිච්ඡා.
ඔව් ඒක KVTUV එහෙම තියෙන්නේ. KVTUV. K කාමච්ඡන්ද, V ව්‍යාපාද, T තීන මිද්ද, U උද්ධච්ච කුච්ච, V විචිකිච්ඡා. මොන පාලි වචන දෙන්නේ? කාමච්ඡන්ද, ව්‍යාපාද, තීන මිද්ද, උද්ධච්ච කුච්ච විචිකිච්ඡා. So I'll repeat again. Kamachanda, Vyapada, Tina Midda, Uddacha Kukucha Vichikicha. Right? So Kamachanda is what in English we call it desire for sensual pleasure. And your strong liking. So always try to give some joy to your organs. As දෙකට කවුරු හරි ලස්සන කෙනෙක් දිහා බලලා සතුටු වෙන්න බලනවා. කන් දෙකට මොන හරි ලස්සන දෙයක් අහලා සතුටු වෙන්න බලනවා. කටට මොන හරි රස දෙයක් කාලා සතුටු කරගන්න බලනවා. ශරීරයට හොඳ ස්පර්ශයක් වෙනවා. Right? ශරීරයට. So this is trying to, I mean, you crave and your desire for sensual pleasure. Kamachande. දැන් මේ කාමච්ඡන්දේ කියවම සමහර අය හිතනවා මේක මේ that is only about sex. No. කාමය කියන වචනේ කතාවෙත් ගන්න මේ පැත්තටනේ බොහොම එකයි. කාමයේ වරදවා හැසිරෙන්න එපා කියලා කියන්නේ අපි කතා කරන්නේ. කාමේසු මිච්ඡාචාරා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි. You refrain from adultery. And it is applicable to wife as well as the husband. Right? It is only the legal husband or the legal wife with whom you can have sex, interrelationship, physical contact. Right? That is kamesu michcha. If you go beyond that, if you seek somebody else's pleasure, right, it can be wife or the husband. If husband seeks somebody, some other woman's pleasure, the physical contact. If wife sees somebody, some other men, somebody else's pleasure, physical contact, that is so adultery. Eka paradara sevane. So we call it adultery. Right? That is sexual misbehavior. Right? So the kamachanda is, you cannot narrow it down to the only the physical contact. But eka physical contact eka vitarak නෙමෙයි මේ කතා කරන්නේ. And it is about your eyes, and it is about your ear, and it is about your mouth. And right? All these things matters. The giving pleasure to all these your organs. Right? And vyapada. Vyapada කියන එක අපිට we can use තරහ, anger. නැත්නම් ill will. හිතේ තියෙන ill will එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් jealousyness එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් resistance to fear. So these things you can have. Vyapada. Hatred කියන වචනේ වුණත් you can use. Hatred, jealousy, anger, ill will, the resistance. Right? Clear? Are you clear about these words?
Yes.
Okay. Then that is vyapada. Tina midda is sloth and torpor. Right? That's so you can kammeli kama සුද්ධ සිංහලෙන් කියනකොට. අලසකම්, අලසයි. කම්මැලියා. කම්මැලි. නිර්මාණය නෙමෙයි. ජීවිතේ කිසිම දෙයක් ගන්න බැරි වෙනවා. If you are lazy. Right? So forget about nirvana. Nirvana is far beyond. We cannot think of. Right? So we have to spend eons and eons. Eon එකක් කියන්නේ කල්පයක්. AEON. Eon. කාර් එකකුත් තියෙනවා eon කියලා. මම මතක් වෙන්න කියන්නේ පොඩි Hyundai car එකක් තියෙනවා. Chuti small car it is. We call it on the back you can see eon. පාරේ යනකොට බලන්න eon කියලා ගාලා තියෙනවා. කල්පයක්. Right? Though you have to spend eons and eons to fulfill nirvana, to attain nirvana. Right? But sloth and torpor, if you are lazy, if you do not have the enthusiasm, right, you fail in this life. You will fail in this life. Right? So we have to, I mean, remove these hindrances. Right? Then next one we have uddacha kukkucha. Then මේක මොකද්ද මේ? සරි මේ මනසේ තියෙන මේ කලබලකාරී බව. මොකද්ද කරන්න කියලා හිතා ගන්න බෑ. එහෙම වෙනවා සමහර වෙලාවට. restless ගතියක් දැනෙනවා. මොකද්ද මං කරන්නේ? අරක කරනවද? ගෑන් ළමයට කෝල් එකක් දෙනවද? පාඩම බලනවද? මෙසේජ් එකක් දානවද? WhatsApp වලට යනවද? Facebook එකේ ගිහලා බලනවද? Messenger වලට යනවද? Instagram එකට ගිහලා මොන හරි දානවද? upload එකක්. You are restless. Amma either. You worry. Your mind is not stable.